Welcome to Barrage. I'm Matt. There's Brent. Today we're going to do a review and tutorial of Mysterium, a very unique game.
So Mysterium is a game for 2 to 7 players. It goes about 45 minutes to an hour depending on how many players you have. The more players, obviously, the longer it goes. The ghost is going to take 7 cards from the pile of cards that they have to choose from and try and choose a card to give to one of the players at the table. You'll have a certain number of the characters, the locations, and the weapons that they used to kill somebody. The ghost will go through and look at their hand of cards and decide which one they think applies to whichever location they're at. So if they're trying to select a suspect, then you might choose something that's related to the picture. So for instance, in this picture, we have a gentleman with a mustache. There's a saber on here, there's medals, there's a flag, there's a map, any number of things you can use to try and clue the player in on who this person is. So once you've looked at that card, and you'll have your own board in front of you as the ghost to try and reference, so you can look at it without trying to clue the other players in on which one you're looking at. So you'd look through your hand of cards, and if I found something in here that was, oh, there's a flag in this one, or there's a sword in this one, that might clue a player in. So for instance, I might have this knight card, where this knight has a sword. I could say, that's the only one at the table with a saber. Maybe Matt will think this is the guy I'm looking for. And so I would hand that card to Matt, and he now has to figure it out for himself. Any other player at the table will also be able to look at the card given to them and help him decide on which character I think it might be. Once we've gone through the certain round and everyone's selected who they think they're going to be, they're going to take their little globe and they're going to put it on the character that they think it might be. Any other player might have these tokens to represent voting yes or no if they think that's the correct one. So the blue player might think, oh, you know what, based on what you think it is, I think I'm going to select that one. When they do that at the end of the round, once everyone has selected, the ghost will knock yes or no if the player selected the correct one, and then any player who put a vote on here that is either correct or incorrect is going to get the certain number of points. So if you did it correctly, you would get 1 point on this track here that is going to help you at the end of the game. Once the ghost has taken a card out of their hand and given it to the player of their choice, they're going to draw back up to their hand limit to choose another one to give to a different player. If at the end of 7 rounds, any of the players have not gotten each of their suspect, the location, and the weapon, then all the players lose at the table. If anyone has a certain number of points that would put them up to these 1, 2, or 3 card levels, the ghost will be able to give 1, 2, or 3 cards as clues that might let them know which one is the correct suspect, location, and weapon. Once that's done, that's the only not cooperative part of the game. The players who successfully guess that particular set will win the game. The ones who don't, those are the ones that lose.
And the cooperative play is fun because you're trying to help each other pick which card is correct. I don't typically like cooperative games, but this one is one of those that I like. I think it's just because there's so much table talk.
It's a real brain teaser too, because you kind of try and have to get in the head of the ghost. What is this person thinking that might lead them to believe this is an actual clue? Yeah, so if we even go by the same example that we're talking about with the sword on the knight and the saber in that picture, another player might think, oh, that's Rapunzel because I see hair coming down. They might think, oh, there's another female over there with long hair. Right. That's what he's trying to get me to get. Yeah, and one thing we also haven't touched on is the frustration of the ghost, because there might be many times that you'll get no cards that might give you any clues at all, and so you'll look at it and say, there's no clues here. I might just have to choose the one that looks like green and blue because I want this person to look at the green and blue kind of hue of the card and make that suggestion.
The job of the ghost is incredibly difficult.
It really is.
Pros and cons. What don't you like about the game?
Things that I don't like about the game is, it can get a little long. It can get very, very difficult, especially if you move away from the easy setting. What about you, Collins?
I really don't have any. I think it's a really well-designed game, and it's so unique. I don't know how I could make the game better. I think it's a really good game. It's challenging for all the players. It's still fun. Even when you don't win, it's still fun. And that's why I wanted to do the review on it, is it's not like any other game I've played before.
I love the cooperative nature of it and how it is a little bit different of a cooperative game. I love the art. My absolute favorite part of this, and there are multiple editions of this game, but this is the newest edition from Asmodee. And through Asmodee, I mean, all the art is amazing in this game. But I'd give it a 4.5 just because I always have fun with it, and I do really, really enjoy the game. So it's near a 5 for me.
I'll go 4 then. How's that? All right. Well, do you have anything to add?
Thanks for watching.
Remember, if you like us, don't forget to subscribe and share us with your nerdy friends. See you guys.